Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 25 of the Own the Map Challenge here on Monteith with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, we have moved into spring, as you can see, and it is May 1st, and as I promised last episode, the planting has all been completed. So let's take a look at the map, and we can see here, if I zoom out, that the AI did put a field of barley in this season. Maybe that means we'll get all the harvesting. I don't know. But you can see we have a rather corn heavy looking map. And of course, we just alternated our crops and then the AI decided the rest. So that's how things look this year. And if we bounce over here a couple spots, you can see we've got some weeds to deal with. So that's what we're going to tackle here first thing this morning. Now, the other thing to note here is that our funds are sitting at 140,000. So a little bit lower than we're used to see in the last few episodes. But the good news is we bought both of our leased fields. We fulfilled the commitment there. And we did not have to borrow any money. But that's all that's left after doing that. I was surprised and very happy that we were able to do that with cash. And the reason is, if I grab my notes here, so last fall we harvested 1.1 million liters of corn and 560,000 liters of soybean, and we dried down the corn and sold it. And so in total, we sold just a little shy of $1.1 million worth of farm products. That's basically our corn and our straw bales, because we did have a fair number of straw bales this time because we added those fields. And then in contracts, we did still $550,000 worth of contracts. So that is why we were able to pay cash for that field, or those fields, I should say. Now let's jump in our truck here, get it fired up. So we're going to head off down to the shop here, and we're going to start in on that spraying. Now we do have the weeds to take care of. We have to fertilize our corn fields, and we do have one large hoeing contract that we need to do. So those are what we're going to be working on this episode. But like I said, we'll start with the spraying. But of course, the first thing we need to do after everything's been tucked away for the winter, we need to dig out our sprayer. So I'll get down to the shop and get that done and get it loaded up and ready to go. And I will meet you at our first field, and we'll do the first cinematic. We'll get right into it, and we can see our new sprayer, well, new to us sprayer, at work. So I will meet you in the field. Well, we're down here at one of our cornfields. We're going to spray for weeds. But I thought before we got into the cinematic that maybe we should take a detailed look at the inside of this beastie, because this is the first time you've seen it in action. So pretty nice, modern looking unit. And of course you can see our crop sensors there out on the wing mirrors that we need for fertilizing in precision farming. So let's not mess around anymore. Sit back and enjoy the tunes, and we'll see you when this field is done. there we go. That field is done just like that. So I hope you enjoyed that cinematic. And it was not without its challenges, because what I had to do is actually slow the machine down quite a bit because it was getting the field done way too quick for me. I forgot how fast this can go through a field with this 54-meter boom on it. And it travels at 25 kilometers an hour normally. And even though it's a good sized field, I picked it because of the shape of it, because I knew courseplay wouldn't get hung up on anything. But yeah, so if it looked like it slowed down there towards the end, it did. That your eyes were not playing tricks on you. And I selected weeding because I thought the spot spraying would look pretty cool in the cinematic, but I don't know that it showed up all that well. So might do another one later on, again with the fertilizing going on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this up here, and we're going to carry on with this work. But we are going to take a change of pace here for a moment. I'm going to jump in the truck, and I'm going to meet you back at the farm, and we're going to discuss some future plans here for actually next episode. And then we're going to get set up to do a different job. So I will meet you up at the house. Well, I guess we're really not at the house. We are at our empty cowshed. And I think it's time we rectify this. Now, I have been avoiding putting the cattle in for the simple reason that without any animals to look after, I can move from one season to the next very rapidly. It makes for less off-camera work, but I have noticed that the episodes are becoming rather repetitive now. It's just more uh, corn, soybean planting, and more harvesting, and there isn't a whole lot else to do on the farm. So with our soybeans that we sell here, what is it, June or July? I think somewhere in there. That's where we're going to invest that money in. We're going to get cattle in here, and I'm going to put the enhanced animal mod in, and we'll give that a try. Although it's more beneficial. Let me put it that way. I think when you've got a dairy operation, and this is not a dairy barn, it's just a straight beef barn, but we'll see how that goes. We'll give it a try anyways. And I'm thinking what we're going to do now, this is not all that level. It's going to take a lot of landscaping, but I'm thinking of taking this area here, this cutout or this little thumb of land here, and that's where we'll put a shed to house the equipment we're going to need for the animals. We're going to need a feed mixer, we're going to need some bale storage, that sort of thing. It's tractor. Of course, we've already got the tractor we plan on using. Might need to add an additional one here, but I think we're going to do that, and so we'll just come across something like that and just straighten it out and take this little piece of land over, and maybe we'll even throw a chicken pen in there. Why not? I was originally thinking of taking this area here, but it's a bigger area. It's even more hilly, and I just don't think we need that much space. And this little area here is a bit of a nuisance to farm. So that's what we're going to do next episode. So there'll be something different going on. And if everything goes as planned, let's just take a look here. I can't remember. Barley. Oh yeah, actually the harvest comes in the June-July timeframe. So potentially we can do that harvest, and then this animal work next episode be something a little bit different. So I just wanted to share that with you, that there is going to be some changes. Uh, on one hand, positive, I'll have more things to show you. And on the other hand, a bit negative, because now I'm going to have more off-camera work looking after some animals. But that's what the plan is. So What I think we're going to do next here is head back to the main shop area, and I'm going to set up, and we are going to do that hoeing contract. And we're going to do that in another cinematic, and we'll take a look at the 7R because I realized I don't think we've shown any camera time with it. So we'll do the same thing. I'll meet you down the field, and then we'll kick it off with a cinematic. So we'll see you there. Well, here we are in our 7R, and you know what? It looks pretty much like you would expect a John Deere to look. They don't vary a lot, but still a nice looking modern tractor. Now, I did up the horsepower on this. I did have a lot of rock picking to do, and I was pulling the rock picking trailer, and even with 300, what was it, 300? We had it at 330 horsepower, I believe it was, and it was struggling a little bit pulling that fully laden trailer full of rocks. So I upped the horsepower to see if that would help. And it did help a little bit. Oh, something else I wanted to show you here is I did change the way I kind of was stacking things up in here in the shed, so I didn't have to do quite so much equipment moving around. So this worked out a little better because I had to shuffle a lot of equipment last year to get the truck out. And I can get to some of the other equipment on the side there. But enough of that. Let's get spun around here and we'll back in and grab our hoe, which is just tucked right here in this corner. There we go. Now, I'm thinking this is actually going to end up being a bit of a shorter episode. I just looked at the time, and much to my surprise, I haven't prattled on for an excessive amount of time, so this one might be fairly short and sweet, as they say. Because we're going to go and do the hoeing cinematic here, and then we're going to call it a wrap. So hopefully that's all right with everyone, because if it is or it isn't, I guess that's the way it's going to be, because I'm just out of things to do. Unless we wanted to sit and watch more spraying, but I'm rather thinking you've seen enough of that. We'll go down here in this far entrance. Alright, guys. Well, sit back and enjoy the 7R at work, and I will see you when we are done. we go. That field is done. Slowly but surely, we are getting the weeds knocked off the map here. But of course, once I'm done with the weeds, I'm going to need to do a little fertilizing, basically just on our 2 cornfields. Unless, of course, some other contracts come up for fertilizing, but so far none have shown up. And I again will apologize. This looks like this is going to be a really short episode, maybe only in the 20-minute mark or something like that. But I am just, unless I purposely do some filler, I really just don't have anything else. Like I said, just more spraying, and no other contracts to do. So hopefully you will forgive me for that. But I'm thinking next episode will more than make up for it. I think it'll be a bit of a long one, so we shall see. Now, I think I can sneak through the ditch here. Yeah, there is a spot that's not quite so bad by these trees here. But for this episode, I guess I'm going to have to leave you there. So start out the new year with a short one, folks. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Monteith, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.